Hey YouTubers, it's Valerie with Money Mindset Coach, and today I want to tell you about the adventure that I am about to go on this coming Saturday. I don't know how many know this. If you've been here before, you've heard me talk about this, but for those of you that are new, I talk about frugality, I talk about money, I talk about ways to save money, I talk about how I myself save money as a 60-something divorced woman and how I'm making it. But I'm in a position right now that I am actually able to buy another car for cash. I bought my 2011 Acura TSX 3 years ago for cash. I paid $7,000 for that car. That car has been an absolute incredible car. I had to put a battery in it right after I got it. But batteries are maintenance. Cars are going to need batteries. This past March, I put new tires on it. That's going to happen. You got to do that. There's nothing wrong with the car. Tires wear out. The serpentine belt, it looked like it needed to be replaced, so I did. And then I did have a problem with the AC the beginning of this year, beginning of the summer. It was just a relay switch. No big deal. That's it. I've had this car for 3 years. It has 208,000 miles on it, and it's incredible. It runs wonderfully. And I have never had a car in my whole life that has had 208,000 miles on it. I don't think I've ever gotten to 200,000, much less 208. But what happened is my sister had the opportunity to get another car. And so the car she has had, I think she's had this car for 5 years maybe. She was in a position of selling it. And so she called me and asked me if I was interested. Well, the car has less than half the miles that my Acura has. That's number one. It's in excellent condition, low miles. My brother-in-law is a mechanical engineer, so the car has been taken care of mechanically. My sister takes care of it cosmetically. She's very picky about it. She's she's given this car a name and everything. I couldn't pass up this deal. So we have decided on a price, and I am going on Saturday, this coming Saturday, and I am picking up this car. It's a 2013 Toyota Venza. It's charcoal. It's beautiful. I am so incredibly excited. And the really great thing is that I am paying cash for this car. And then I was thinking in my head, okay, I love my TSX. I love that car. I don't want to get rid of it. I'll keep it. I'll have both of them. And I'm still trying to figure out how to do that. I'm getting some ideas. I'm going to try it, see how it goes. But the really strange thing is I was washing and waxing it this morning before I went to work. And all of a sudden, I thought of a friend of mine, and her son just came to mind just like that. And he's a sophomore in high school. He's learning to drive. This would be a great car, a great first car, because it's sporty looking. It's an Acura. It's got some class. It's really a cool car. And it's got a sound system that is amazing. And I know he would like that. It's an incredible car. It just has a lot of miles on it. That's it. So anyway, my friend is going to talk to her husband, see if that's a possibility of maybe selling it to them. But what I like about that is it's selling it to somebody that I know would need it, would want it, would take care of it. I would know it would be taken care of. I would know where it was. I would probably see it again. You know, it wouldn't be gone forever. Yeah, I get attached to my cars, and I really shouldn't do that, but I do. So anyway, I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work. But the neat thing is I am getting this car, this SUV, which I have to say is my first SUV. I have never had, in 67 years, I have never had an SUV, period. I just haven't. So this is kind of nice for me. And it sits up a little higher, you know. That's good for me, getting old. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of excited. So I'm going up there with my youngest son. He's going to help me. And we're going to drive up there, and then we'll drive both cars back. And I can't wait. But part of what I want to say here is the fact that I can do it for cash. I'm not going to be paying, 2, 3, 4 years on a loan and paying interest to a bank. We decided on a price of $10,000. And that was right in line. That was kind of where I wanted to be. I didn't want to be above that. That was kind of where I wanted to be. That's kind of where I thought we would end up. And that's exactly where we ended up. So, but I'm able to do it because I saved a lot of money and I live very simply. Now, here in my house, it is just me. And when it's just you, it is easier for you to do things financially because you don't have to convince the other person. You don't have to, there's no spending except your own. So if you spend a lot of money, if you blow a lot of money, that's on you. Nobody can say anything. It can be easier in some ways and maybe harder in others because, when you're doing it together, there is something about doing it together. Doing it by yourself, it's probably not as much fun, but you don't have to deal with anybody but you. You don't have to convince them to pay off debt or to not go into debt or whatever, because we all know money problems are, I think they said, is the number one reason for divorce. And I am lucky there because my boyfriend, he does not live here. He lives in St. Louis. But one thing he is he is a saver. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We are on the same page when it comes to saving money. Now, he will spend money. He's not afraid to spend it. But frugal people spend intentionally. They're not cheap. They're not stingy. They just, they use money for the things that matter, and they don't spend the money on the things that don't. Simple as that. Not cheap. No. We believe in quality. We believe in living the good life, but you don't have to spend all the money that you make. And I have gotten to the point to where I am able to afford to do this. And this is the second car that I have paid cash for. And I am blessed to have been in my 60s and been able to do that. And the two cars that I've had are the nicest cars I've ever had. You know? I mean, before I had my TSX, I had never had heated seats. Ever. I've never had a premium sound system like my TSX has. I have never had it. Did I ever feel deprived? No. Cars get you from one point to the other. Point A, point B. Yeah, it's nice. If they look nice, if they run nice, you know, it's all well and good. But when I think of what the average car payment is right now and how many years someone is paying for that, and then if they add up what they're going to end up paying for that vehicle, that would just make me sick. But right here, I'm paying $10,000 on Saturday, and that's it. It's paid and done. No interest rate, no years of payments. I'll never do that again. And this car, the Toyota Venza, has 93,000 miles on it. Okay? It's a 2013, so I already figured this out. It has had an average of 8,000 miles a year put on it. So that's low, because usually you don't want to go more than 15. It's had an average of 8. So it's 93,000, and it's a 2013. If I take that car to 300,000, which Toyotas can go a long way. They can go to 250, 300,000. If I do that, and put 8,000 miles on every year, I could have this car for 20 years. Could you imagine? I told my boyfriend, I said, I'll be 87 years old. I will be 87 years old. I guess I'll still be driving at 87. I don't know. But this car could last me a very long time. And that is what we all need to do. We all need to, from a frugal standpoint, keep the clothes you have, keep the cars you have, keep the houses that you have. Too many times. And I was there in my 30s and my 40s and probably my 50s. You make more, you want to have more. You make more, you're thinking, okay, we could buy a bigger house. You pay off a car. Oh, now we can go buy a nicer car. I used to think like that. That was progression. That was getting better. That was keeping up with the Joneses or whatever. That's what it was. And it's like, who was I trying to impress? People I didn't know. Or people that I knew that I shouldn't have cared what they thought. You know? I don't know. But, you know, you got to live your life, be happy. And I truly believe that being debt-free and not owing anybody anything, the only thing I owe for is my mortgage on this house. That's it. And in the Bible, it talks about owe no man anything. And if you don't, you will have contentment. You will. You will have a peace. You will have a contentment. There are certain principles in the Bible that even if you are not a Christian, but you go by them, like say you're not a Christian, but you're not in debt, that peace and that contentment is still yours. You can still feel that. It's just a principle of life and how that works. So anyway, I will show you my new vehicle when I get it. And hopefully I'll be able to show that to you in the coming weeks. But I am excited. So, like I always say, well, like, subscribe, share, comment. It helps the channel. It helps, does something to the algorithm. I don't know. But let me know. Have you ever bought a car for cash? Is that how you believe in doing it? And how many of you are debt-free? I would love to hear it. But like I always say, use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without. Till next time. Bye.